Hello Tamers, and welcome to round 2 of the Dimensional Phase Outbreak. Jijimon vs Phoenixmon. Reroll. And Jijimon has the first move. Security setup. Digimon standby. Let's open the digital gates. Hatching, Tanemon evolves into Angoramon. And then for 2 cost, into Ninjamon. Turn over. Hatching, Yokomon evolves into Biomon, then for 2 cost, into Birdramon, and for 3, into Garudamon. Turn over, and Ninjamon hops out. First, for 3, Betamon is played. On play, the top 3 cards of the deck are searched for 1 green level 4 Digimon or a green Tamer. 2 and 3, from among them, they are gonna choose Ken to add to the hand. And for 3 cost, Ninjamon will evolve into Panjamon. On evolve, you may play a blue or green Tamer with a play cost of 4 or less from your hand for free, so the recently searched Ken will be immediately played. With Tanemon's inheritable, during your turn once per turn when you play a green Tamer, 1 draw in, turn over, Garudamon moves out. And for 3 cost, evolves into the blazing phoenix of endless rebirth, Phoenixmon. 1 draw. It immediately goes for security on its 11k DP. Check. 2k on Betamon. Trashed. Triggering its first effects during your turn. Once per turn, when a card is removed from your opponent's security, you may activate one of these cards on delete effects. And that of course includes its inheritables as well. But for now, it's going to choose its second effect on delete. You may play 1 red Digimon with Bird, Avian, Beast, 4 Sovereigns or Animal in one of its traits except Sea Animal and 3000 DP or less from your hand and no cost. But for each red Tamer you have in play, add 2000 to the maximum DP you can choose with this effect. Since they currently have no red Tamers, their cap is 3000 DP, so they're just gonna play Biomon. On play, the top 3 cards of the deck are searched for 1 red Vaccine Digimon and 1 red Tamer. 3, they are gonna pick Grab Leomon. And finally, for 3 cost, Agumon is played. Turn over. Hatching, Tanemon. But first and foremost, for 3 cost, Panjamon will evolve into the wise old warden of File City, Jijimon. 1 draw. On evolve, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Tamer among them at no cost and place the remaining at either the top or bottom of your deck. 1, 2, and 3. Of course, from among them, they are gonna play the twin Tamers, Izzy and Mimi, while returning the other 2 to deck top in this order, Gigi below, Agu above. Because with Tanemon's inheritable, they draw into Agu, evolve it on top of Tane to draw into Gigi. Not only that, with Ninjamon's inheritable, during your turn once per turn when you play a Tamer, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. And with Angoramon's inheritable, during your turn once per turn when an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, draw a card. With that, Betamon can now move to take out Biomon, triggering Ken. During your turn, when one of your green or blue Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, you may suspend this Tamer to gain 1 memory. And with that, Jijimon goes for security. On attack, once per turn, for each green or black Tamer you have in play, reveal the top card of your deck. You may play any number of green or black Digimon from among them with a total play cost of 10 or less for free. Place the remaining at the bottom of your deck in any order. Since they currently have 2, 1, and 2, not the best pulls, but at least they get to harness the full value. Both Angoramon and Tortamon are played. And with Panjamon's inheritable, during your turn once per turn when you play another Digimon by an effect, one of your Digimon gains Rush until the end of your turn. The target chosen is Tortamon. But first, Jijimon's attack connects on 11k DP. 2k on Agumon, trashed. Tortamon goes for security with its Rush, check. 4k on Birdramon, the exact same amount of power, so it is deleted. Finally, for 2 cost, the Agumon in the raising area will evolve into another Tortamon and turn over. Active, draw, hatching, Yokomon. First, Agumon will go for security on its 2k DP. Check. But it is the Tamer, BT-2 Taiga. It is so good to see you again after so long. It's been like at least 2 years, right? He is now played for free. Since the opponent's security was reduced, Phoenixmon triggers and once again chooses its second effect to play a Biomon from the hand. And with that, Phoenixmon will attack, aiming for Jijimon. Both are currently at 11k DP, so it is a draw and both are taken out. But Phoenixmon has a stack full of effects to resolve. First with Garudamon. On delete, you may play a Red Tamer with a play cost of 4 or less from your hand at no cost. Hero is played. Birdramon has the exact same inheritable, so Akiho is played. And with Akiho's on play, the top 4 cards of the deck are searched for a Red Vaccine Digimon. 1, 2, 3, and 4. She chooses Biyomon again. With Biyomon's inheritable, on deletes if you have a Red Tamer in play, gain 1 memory. And with Yokomon's, a draw. And finally, resolving Phoenixmon's own on deletes with 2 Red Tamers on the field, which means the maximum DP they can target is 3 plus 4, 7k. Grappleomon enters the battle zone, and Phoenixmon fades away from existence. With Akiho's Your Turn effect, when you play a Red Digimon with Bird, Avian, Beast, 4 Sovereigns, or Animal in one of its traits except Sea Animal by an effect, by suspending this Tamer, that Digimon gains Rush for the turn. So she is suspended, and the incarnation of Phoenixmon, Grappleomon, can immediately attack. But first, for 4 cost, he will evolve into the blazing war god of the Olympus 12, Marsmon. 1 draw. And on evolve, Blitz. Hero is suspended to give it a boost of 2k DP. And at this moment, the brand new keyword effect, Raid, activates. When this Digimon attacks, you may switch the target to one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with the highest DP. So although originally aiming for security, it now switches targets to Angoramon with Grappleomon's inheritable. During your turn, once per turn, when the attack target of this Digimon switches, trash the top card of your opponent's security. It was another Taiga, which is fortunately not checked. And with Marsmon's own effects, during your turn, once per turn, when the attack target of this Digimon switches, unsuspend this Digimon and gain 1 memory for each Red Tamer you have in play. Memory plus 2, it is still their turn. The attack connects, Angoramon is taken out. Now, because Agumon is stuck on the field suspended because it crashed into Taiga and security, Taiga is definitely going to start the next turn with 5 memory because of Izzy and Mimi's start of turn effects. So Marsmon might as well go for a second attack, cleaning up the field by defeating Betamon. Now the Yokomon in the raising area evolves into Bearmon, and for 2 cost into Birdramon. Turnover. At the start of the turn, Ken bumps the memory up to 3. With Izzy and Mimi, at the start of your turn, if your opponent has a suspended Digimon in play, gains 2 memory up to 5. Active, draw, and Tortamon deploys. First, for 3 cost, Tortamon will evolve into Mamemon. On evolve, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Tamer with a play cost of 4 or less from among them at no cost. Place the remaining at deck top or deck bottom in any order. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but unfortunately there don't seem to be any Tamers among them. But in various ways, this is quite a jackpot of its own. They are all returned to deck top in this order: Metal Tyranno at the bottom, Panja, Rust, Metal, and Normal Tyranno. Now with BT-2 Taiga's effect. During your turn, when evolving one of your Digimon into a Digimon in your hand with Tyrannomon in its name, you may suspend this Tamer to reduce the memory cost of evolution by 1. So for a total of 1 cost, Mamemon will mutate into the machine of destruction, Rust Tyrannomon. 1 draw, which we know is Tyrannomon. Although normally 5 to evolve, when one of your Digimon would evolve into this card, for each green or black Tamer you have in play, reduce the evolution cost by 1. So since there are 3, he's reduced to 2 cost and then further to 1 with Taiga's effect. And it immediately attacks, aiming for Marsmon. With Agumon's inheritable, during your turn while you have a Tamer in play, this Digimon gets plus 2k DP. For a total of 15k, the God of War stands no chance. And with the piercing gain from Taiga, check, 11k on Phoenixmon, trashed. And with Ken, suspended to gain 1 memory, and with Rust Tyranno's own effect, on all turns, once per turn, when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, unsuspend this Digimon, it immediately goes for a second swing on Agumon, completely decimating it. Second check on piercing, 2k on another Agumon, trashed as well. Finally, for 5 cost, Tyrannomon is played directly. On play, you may play 1 Tamer with a play cost of 3 or less from your hand at no cost. With this effect, BT-11 Taiga hits the field and turnover. Active, draw, Birdramon soars out. First, Biyomon will go for security on its 2k DP. Check, 5k on Tyrannomon, deleted. For 3 cost, it evolves into Grappleomon. And for 4, burning for revenge, the God of War Marsmon returns to the field. 1 draw. And of course, once again, on Evolve Blitz, gaining 2k DP from Hero, and using Ray to switch his target from Security to the unsuspended Tyrannomon. With Bearmon's Inheritable, it gains a further plus 3k DP when its target switches, which means it is now attacking for a total of 17k. And with Grableomon, Taiga will now lose his final security, which is another Tyrannomon vanishing into the void without being checked. And once again, Marsmon will unsuspend and gain back 2 memory from his 2 Red Tamers. The attack connects, Tyrannomon is taken out and turn over. At the start of the turn, Ken bumps the memory up to 3, but because Mars unsuspended, they don't get a further 2 memory from Izzy and Mimi. Active, draw, hatching, a Tanemon evolves into Betamon. Now Rust Tyranno will go for security on 14k DP with Taiga support. Final security check for Akiho as well. And it is 7k DP on Garudamon, trashed. But because there are no suspended Digimon on Akiho's field for it to prey on, it does not unsuspend to go for the final blow. However, thanks to Mamemon rigging their top deck, they can now do this. For raid's cost, the Metallic Dinosaur Metal Tyrannomon is played directly onto the field. His on-play is exactly the same as his on-evolve. With 4 green Tamers, they can now suspend 4 Digimon on Akiho's field, and during her next turn, Marsmon cannot stand up to inflict the final blow. Turnover. Active. Marsmon stays suspended. Draw. Hatching. Yokomon evolves into Bearmon. For 7 cost, the blocker Garudamon is played from the hand end. Turnover. Ken bumps the memory up to 3. Active. Draw. Betamon moves out and Rust Tyranno attacks. Of course, Garuda blocks but is taken out. Ken is suspended for a memory boost. And with Rust Tyranno's all turns effect, it rises up and goes for a second swing. Akiho has no blockers on the field and no security remaining. It's a direct attack and the match is over. The winners are Taiga and Jijimon.